What's going on, everybody? We're back again with another week of an NFL preview. We're doing pretty good so far. We're 2 weeks in. Grand total of 7-4 for plus 3.63 units. So we're doing all right. I will say last week was a bit of a down week. We can start with the recap there. We did hit on the Steelers at plus 170, which was a nice hit, obviously. Also had the Seahawks to cover 2.5 against the 49ers and the Eagles to cover 9 against the Cowboys. Those all hit, but we did lose a handful as well. Titans minus 5.5. I was surprised by the Bengals in that one. Bills minus 3.5. I'm not sure if the line ended up dropping, but they only won by 3. The all-important half point caught us there. Rams minus 3.5. Missed on that against the Dolphins. And then Panthers minus 2 versus the Falcons. That was a close game, but we missed there as well. So grand total for the week, 3-4 minus 0.68 units. So we came back to earth after the undefeated start to the show, but we're going to look to bounce back with a big week here. And how do I plan on doing it? Well, with the first game being the Packers minus 6.5 versus the 49ers. Obviously, I just said I went against them last week, and I did hit on it. I just can't be in on the 49ers. There's way too many injuries there. They're way too beat up, and it's only getting worse. To add to the injuries that they've already had, you can now add Jimmy G and George Kittle to that list, and I honestly just think it's way too much to overcome. They're missing their quarterback, a handful of running backs. I saw yesterday that they only have one wide receiver on their active roster, and it's no one that I've ever heard of. Obviously, missing tight end. They got D lineman injuries, injuries in the secondary as well. I mean, if they manage to win games like this, it'll be one of the most impressive things I've ever seen. But I can't go with them to stay within a touchdown of the Packers. Green Bay, I will say the one thing about them and their injuries is we don't know what's going on in their running back room. I haven't seen if Aaron Jones is able to play, but if he's not, they're going to be on, I think it's either their 4th or 5th string because Jamal Williams and A.J. Dillon are out as well. And I'm pretty sure I saw somewhere that the guys that would be playing have only have like a combined 11 career snaps or something like that. So that's one thing to look at, but obviously in the grand scheme of things, not nearly as important as the 49ers injuries. Plus, you still have Aaron Rodgers to make that up. So I'm not too worried about that there. But yeah, so I think the 49ers are going to struggle to move the ball considering they have none of their starters playing. And I think Rodgers can certainly overcome a question mark at running back. They're a team that likes to throw the ball anyway. I mean, they do use the run game, but the offense is built through Rodgers. And he's been very good since Davante Adams came back. Davante jumped right back into being a top 3 wide receiver in the league. He's getting those targets. So I would have assumed the line would have been a little bit higher here. I think a big thing is being on the shorter side of 7. I would have kind of guessed it would have been around 7.5, maybe even a little bit more. But you're getting it for less than a touchdown, which I think is huge. So give me Green Bay on this one. I like this one a lot. So I'm feeling pretty confident about that one. And we can move on to the next one, which is the Ravens minus 2.5 versus. This is probably my favorite bet of the day. I feel pretty confident in it. Someone just telling me how in the world are were the Ravens bigger favorites against the Steelers than they are against the Colts. That makes absolutely no sense to me. I guess one thing you can do is you can look at the stats. The average Ravens game is they win 29-19. The average Colts game is you win 28-19. So you're sitting there thinking, wow, that's pretty impressive. Those are identical numbers. Maybe the Colts are just as good. Absolutely not. I saw on Twitter my man Joe Osborne, shout out to him. He pointed out that no team the Colts have played this year ranked top 10 in scoring, and only one team of those ranks top 10 in scoring defense. and all 7 of the teams that the Colts have played have a negative point differential. And the Ravens, meanwhile, happen to be top 8 in both scoring and scoring defense. They're 8th in scoring, 2nd in scoring defense. So, I mean, the Colts have not been tested nearly like this. I think it's a huge miscalculation in the line. Like I said, my favorite pick of the day. The Colts simply haven't been tested, and they're getting thrown into the fire against the Ravens. I mean, you look at their last couple of games, Lions, Bengals, Bears, Browns, and Jets, not offenses that anyone's ever been really too scared of. So, I mean, they really haven't seen a good offense in over a month. Maybe not at all, depending on how you want to look at it. I mean, like I said, haven't played a team that's top 10 in scoring. I just think Lamar and the offense are going to put up points, and I think the Colts struggle to move the ball. I think this line should be way higher. I would say throw 2 units on this one. I'm feeling as confident as I have been in a pick on the show. I don't know, man. I don't know what else to say. It's just I don't think this should be less than a field goal. I would jump all over this one. It's my favorite of the day. So I'll just move on to the next one. I got nothing else really left to say there. Cardinals -4.5 versus the Dolphins. So did I miss against the Dolphins last week? Yes, I did. Do I think that I handicapped the game wrong? I don't, even a little bit. I think the right pick was the Rams. You look at how the Dolphins got points on the board. All of their points last week came either off a turnover or from their special teams on that punt return. Tua was barely over 50% completion percentage, threw for less than 100 yards. And now they're also missing Myles Gaskin for this matchup. So I believe it'll be Breida as the running back. Not 100% sure. You can watch that there. But yeah, so I'm still not sold on Tua. He hasn't shown me anything yet. Yeah, did they look good last week in the win? I don't think so. The defense looked good, I guess, or maybe the Rams' offense just looked bad. But Miami only had 145 total yards last week, and they allowed 471 yards. And I don't know. Arizona's coming off a bye. They are missing Kenyon Drake, I know. But coming off the bye, they think they had time to prepare, get Chase Edmonds involved, as I think he's one of the better backup running backs in the league. Very dynamic and use him in a bunch of ways. And plus, they still have Kyler that can run the ball. He can move the ball on the ground. So I don't think the offense is going to struggle too much without Kenyon Drake, as he has been kind of struggling on a yards per carry basis anyway. I know there's a lot of people that think that Chase Edmonds is the better running back anyways. But then you also add, they still have DeAndre Hopkins. I don't think the offense is going to struggle too much without him. So definitely like the Cardinals here. And if going against Tua burns me twice in a row, I might have to back off for a while. I feel like I'm in the right here. I don't think the offense can score. I said it last week, and technically I was right and wrong. Like, yeah, the offense did score, but they were getting it off turnovers and from their defense. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't think that the Dolphins offense showed me enough to think that they can stay close again, because I don't think teams are going to be giving you 4 turnovers, a defensive touchdown, a special teams touchdown, whatever. So I don't know. I really like the Cardinals -4.5. I'm just not big on the Dolphins. If you are and don't want to tail this pick, I completely understand it. It's just, for me personally, I don't see the value in the Dolphins yet until they prove something to me. So I'm going with the Cardinals there. Last pick, this is kind of a weird one. Vikings -4 versus Lions. I guess you could put this in like air quotes, because I think this line is off the board almost everywhere because of the news of Stafford going to the COVID list, IR list, whatever it is. But there's still a chance he can play Sunday, depending on if he gets negative tests. So this is obviously one to watch, what happens to him, because I'm pretty sure if he does play, this will be the line. If not, I assume it would push the Vikings closer up to -8, 9, 10 in that area, I would assume. But if Stafford does play, I like this line a lot. If he doesn't play, I still probably like the Vikings to win by a good amount. I don't know. It gets a little sketchy once you get over 7 and closer to 10. But either way, this is just a line that I want you guys to look at. Monitor what happens with Stafford, because obviously the line will depend on that. So, yeah, I can't really say too much because I don't know what the line's going to stay at. But definitely like the Vikings to win by a decent amount there. Obviously, just watch what happens with Matt Stafford. And then a couple of leans to end the show. We got the Jaguars +7 versus the Texans. Just two terrible teams. I know Jaguars quarterback got a bunch of issues. They kind of moving off Minshew, but have to bring them back and whatever. I don't know. You can follow the storyline somewhere else. But Texans are bad enough where you should take 7 points against them and probably be pretty good. So I'm going with them there. And then the Cowboys +14 versus the Steelers. Do I actually think this is going to happen? No. But the Cowboys are they're in a place where they can make history on the bad end. They're 0-8 against the spread this season. No team in NFL history has ever started the season 0-9 again. So I have to think that the Cowboys would stay close. But I would not pick this for any other reason other than thinking they can't literally be this bad to be the worst team in NFL history against the spread. But maybe they are. I don't know. It was a cool piece of history, I guess you could say, that you feel like Vegas would figure it out after 9 games. Well, I guess the Dalton stuff, or Dalton and DiNucci changes everything, and now they're going with Cooper Rush or someone else. I don't know. The more I think about it, don't bet this. The Cowboys might be the worst team in NFL history, especially now. Worst offense and worst defense. So scratch that. I just wanted to let people know that anyone that knows Cowboys fans, you can make fun of them once they don't cover, that they are officially the worst team against the spread in the NFL's history in a season. But yeah, so that's all I got for you guys. Relatively small week. I know I've gone with some more plays, and the other weeks I know I had 7 last week. But with that said, that's all I got. So I will be back. What is it? It's Thursday, so I'll be back tomorrow for a UFC show. I'll preview this weekend's UFC card. Come back for that. If not, I'll be back Tuesday to do NCAA football at this time, and then obviously a week from today, this time doing NFL again. So thank you guys for tuning in. Good luck on everyone's bets this weekend. I know there's a lot to bet on, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon.